Hey, yo, what's the deal? That's your boy Tag from Pro Wrestling Tag, you know what I mean? As of this recording, it is 6:03 p.m. You know what I mean? April 14th, 2026. You know what I mean? It's the first and only video of the day. You know what I mean? Right now, I'm just cleaning my dishes. I just finished eating I just did some elbow macaroni. You know what I mean? That shit was good to the motherfucker. That shit was mad good, bro. Like, I know how to cook. And I'm sorry if I sound a little tired, you know what I mean? I had a long day at work today. You know, a very long day, and I couldn't wait to get home, motherfucker. Monday Night Raw. Raw was a decent show yesterday. You know, this to go home to WrestleMania. Yeah, I mean, WrestleMania is this weekend. I will be definitely watching it in some capacity. That's for sure. I mean, I will be watching it for sure. And, you know, Oba Femi has it. You know what I mean? Oba Femi has the it factor, in my personal opinion. He has the it factor to a point where the dude just naturally gets it. And the crazy thing, too, about it is this is only his third year in professional wrestling. Only his third to fourth year in this fucking business. And he got it. This is a guy who, like, just 5 years ago was a fucking shot putter, right? He wasn't even thinking about getting into wrestling. Maybe not, right? And then 5 years later, he's on the verge of having his first WrestleMania match against possibly one of the biggest names ever in this business, right? That has been dominant the last 2 decades in Brock Lesnar, right? And like I said, is there a youth movement in WWE going on right now? Yeah, there is, but you need vets too. You need vets, because without the youth movement, you need vets that is going to compliment them. Even if it's vets that you sign and such, it doesn't matter what age, because age brings wisdom, right? And so it makes sense for the vets to work with the youth. That's how they learn, right? I think Brock is gonna give Oba a lot of time to shine. You know what I'm saying? Oba's the next big thing, right? He's getting pops like a motherfucker. I mean, the dude is fucking great. WWE cannot drop the ball on this one. They can't. Brock has to put over. He has to put him over. Now, I mean, he has to put him over. Like, he is Oba Femi. Listen, Oba and Braun, even though Braun is out, but Oba and Braun are basically, they are the quintessential blue chippers of this generation of WWE. No doubt about it. If you want to put Trick Williams in there too, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Like I said, WWE is also they're also going to sign people from AEW. Trust me on this one. They're going to sign big names. It don't matter the age. They are going to sign big names. Listen, Jericho decided to come back, right? And it basically did nothing for him, right? So yeah, maybe Jericho wanted to go back to WWE. Like I said, I'm certain that he wanted to retire in WWE. You know what I'm saying? But going back to Oba Femi, like he's, they have something big here with Oba Femi. They have something beautiful here with Oba Femi. I mean, they have something beautiful here with Oba Femi, and WWE, honestly, in my personal opinion, cannot afford to fuck this up. And they booked him really well. Last night on Raw, right? He showed. I mean, he cut a great fucking promo against Brock, right? He showed that he has that it factor. Again, mind you, this is a guy who is he's the definition of a homegrown talent in WWE. A pure definition, right? One that AEW would be sick to even book. AEW would not know how to book Oba Femi. If they had Oba Femi in their roster, they wouldn't know how to book him. They wouldn't. I mean, they wouldn't. You know, Oba Femi is, like I said, Oba Femi is a blue chip prospect that, you know, he can go. He can go. And WWE, like I said, they cannot afford to fuck this up. I'm sorry, they can't. They can't. You know, I predict, Brock going after Oba. I predict Brock will lose to Oba. That's my prediction. I do predict that he's going to lose to Oba. I mean, you have to. You know what I mean? You fucking have to. Now, do they put the WWE Championship on Oba this year? I don't know. I don't remember. You know, this is WWE's formula. Like, you know, they love the big guys, right? They love the big guys. And the big guys, no matter how you slice it, the big guys still run this business. Now, I mean, they're still the more appealing, right? They're still the more appealing. Either big guys or a gimmick, right? Big guys or a gimmick. If you don't look jacked, right? If you don't look jacked and such, right? You're not really gonna get a look like that. You know what I mean? People like Oba and Braun, you know what I mean? They have that it factor. I mean, if you want to put Trick Williams in there too, yeah, you are entitled to put Trick Williams in there, right? But you know, something about Oba that is just he just have it. He has it. You know what I'm saying? And I think what The Undertaker did for Brock, you know, at WrestleMania, some many years ago, right? Almost a decade ago, is what Brock is going to do for Oba, right? I mean, listen, and listen, even though like they have made Oba like look really strong. Some people might think that, okay, Brock might get the win, right? Which I hope that's not the case. You know what I mean? But I think this demonstrates that, you know, Oba has it. He has it. I'm sorry to say he has it. You know, how many people in AEW has it? Huh? How many of these motherfuckers have it? And speaking of AEW, I hope you guys, you know, get prepared for the shit show tomorrow night. You know, in Everett, Washington, when Darby Allin defeats MJF for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. I guarantee you that's going to happen. And you know what? Fuck it. I'll even throw in a bonus video, right, in this one. You know, what's up with AEW cooling down? AEW's cooled down a lot within the last week or so. Within the last 2 weeks. A lot. They've cooled down so much that nobody gives a fuck about AEW. Nobody cares about All Elite Wrestling. They're now back in a position where, you know, they're now desperate for, you know, for attention. You know, it's like that, you know, it's like that girl who, you know, she tries to get attention from a dude, and that dude is not, you know, that dude has his eye on somebody else, and then that girl who wants the attention starts shaking her ass on camera and starts shaking her ass in front of him, like he's gonna pay some mind. Like, fuck out of here. Now, I mean, light-skinned bitches do that, you know. But yeah, I mean, listen, AEW now, you know, is at a point where they're back. They are back into, you know, trying to play catch up. They're back into trying to play catch up. You know, and even though, yes, MJF is the champion, right? To me, he fits better in WWE. Kenny Omega as well. But MJF is a guy who, although he's doing his best to, you know, to keep the company afloat, right? I'm sorry, he's just not pure. Like he's all character, right? Which is what WWE loves. Right? But Darby Allin, I guarantee you, AEW already has that plan. Because you already seen you already seen certain things that took place, on the pay-per-view Sunday and such, and a lot of the talk that, well, more than likely it could be Darby Allin who defeats MJF. And spoken, well, it's WrestleMania fucking weekend. It's WrestleMania week, motherfucker. WrestleMania week. And wow, yeah, I'm expecting it. I am expecting that shit. I'm expecting it because this is what Tony Khan is going to do. He's going to do that shit. He is. I guarantee you, he's going to, excuse me. He is going to, he's going to make that. He is going to pull the trigger. Yeah, he's going to pull the trigger on Darby Allin winning the AEW championship. And man, I got my popcorn ready and everything. You know what I mean? I got all that. You know what I got my popcorn ready for? I heard, and this has nothing to do with wrestling, but I'm still going to bring this up. I heard that Nia Long is going to pose for Playboy. If she poses for Playboy, god damn, she's like the ultimate MILF, bro. I'm like, god damn. If she poses for Playboy, she is going to shut the internet down. Word up. But let me jump back into AEW though. I'm expecting them to be stupid to actually pull the trigger on Darby Allin winning the AEW championship. And here's the thing too: they had many opportunities to put the AEW championship on the crash test dummy, and nothing, absolutely fucking nothing, B. Nothing. It's crazy when you think about it. But I think, like I said before, I'm going to say this again. If they do, right? If they do, they're not doing this. They're not doing this for storyline progression. No, they're doing this because WrestleMania is this weekend, and they need something. They need to do something still to headlines from WWE. That's what the fuck they're doing. That's exactly what these motherfuckers are doing. Like I said, I would not be shocked. It would not shock me. Honestly, God, would not shock me if AEW does something stupid. If they pull this move off and crown Darby Allin as the AEW World Heavyweight Champion from MJ. If they take the AEW Championship, and give it to Darby Allin from MJF, right? That'd be fucking dumb. And then, just for MJF to get it back right here in Queens. Well, I'm not in Queens, I'm in Brooklyn, but, doing it well. I'm right here in Brooklyn, but, and if that's the plan, then you fuck up MJF's momentum. You fuck up everything for AEW. AEW has no momentum. Their momentum is shot. They're shot. It's shot. Like they have nothing. Zilch. Nada. They got nothing. Let me just lower this down. They have nothing. Nothing. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, I'm about to be out. I'm gonna definitely holler at y'all mañana. And I'm gonna check y'all. Peace.